All I can say is the wheels have truly fallen off now, right? It's hard to even report on this story without feeling as though I'm being punked, but it's true. Now, in a recent poll by Intelligent.com, 19% of hiring managers say they've had a job applicant bring a parent to the interview. Now, how about this? 53% of respondents said these new candidates struggle to even make eye contact. 47% were dressed inappropriately, and 21%, how about this, refused to turn on the computer camera during a remote interview. What's going on? I wish I could say I was gobsmacked, but you know what? I'm not. Where are we as a society that thinks it's okay to bring to an interview or even let them call having a parent there, right? Now, I wondered how we'd ever have to defend this country without consulting the enlisted soldiers' parents first, right? Hey, is it okay if we invade? I definitely think this is a big symptom of a much broader underlying problem with our society. And I know my next guest will surely have something to say about it as well. Please welcome into the show Rebecca Walser, Walser Wealth Management down in Tampa, Florida. Okay, I don't even know where to begin, Rebecca. I mean, this is absolutely insane. And I know some coaches, friends of mine, have had hard times with parents before. But now that it's come into the workplace, you've just recently expanded your practice. You got a lot of people floating around there. What if somebody would have brought in their parent?
Yeah, see, unless they had some kind of special disability that they needed driving assistance on, or maybe their parents were visiting from out of town and they were hoping to get the job and they wanted to show them this might be where I work, those two things would be maybe quasi-understandable and I would be fine with it. But if there was none of those circumstances happening and the parents came to the interview and were sitting in the lobby while we were interviewing the candidate, I don't even know that I would maybe conduct the interview. I mean, this is what's happening, Scott. I'm Gen X, okay? So I'm between baby boomers and the millennials. And I got to say, the business norms that we take for granted, you and I in our generation, are not necessarily the ones that the millennials have. And certainly they are not the Gen Z. The Gen Zers do not understand standard business etiquette because they have been raised and reared in this everyone gets a trophy. And also when you go to college, we want to create a safe space for you and a safe environment. And they are expecting that to extend into the professional business world. And it just doesn't. And it won't. And it will take, I would like to say never never in my firm. But, the society is creeping along to this apathetic state where you are not held accountable. You're not held responsible. You need that emotional support. You need your parents to call. I mean, in this same story you're quoting, there's 19% parents are calling the employer after the interview. It's like, this is the mentality that everyone gets a trophy gets you. Oh, you didn't get that job, Johnny Joe? Let me call that employer for you and see what I can do. How about no? How about your kid goes in there and stands on his own 2 feet, on his own merits, on what he's accomplished in his lifetime, and he tells the employer what it is he's going to bring to the table to make that employer better. This is a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship that the parents have zero import and they are not a part of the equation, and they never will be. And if they are, count me out as an employer. I'm done. Yeah, I mean,
you're exactly right. And what scares me about this whole thing, Rebecca, is the fact that the parents are actually doing it. So we haven't lost the child. Not only have we lost the child, but we've also lost the parents. I mean, you have to go back a couple of generations to get somebody that's got any common sense. And I'll finish it with this. Look, I am not a proponent of work from home. I just think it's way better to be amongst your peers, ideas, and that collegiate environment. There is nothing in on that list that's going to be made better from staying at home. If they can't even look people in the eye as it is, working from home is only going to make all of those problems worse. What do you think about that?
I think you're right. I think for those people that wouldn't even turn on their camera, that is 100% a red flag. That employer is never going to hire you if you won't even let them see what you look like. I mean, how could they hire you? I just don't understand the mentality of this country and these people. And I am just praying every night that that we just get the ship righted, because we are going, and it's no wonder China's going to eat our lunch. I mean, the discipline and the singular focus that society has versus America, which is apathetic, and your parents now have to call to get you a job. I mean, come on, this is just atrocious.
Well, you know
it's
what?
Awful.
If you don't have to show your driver's license to vote, why should you have to turn your camera on to get a job? I mean, it doesn't matter anymore, does it? I mean, that's where we're at in this world. And to your point, other countries seem to be a little bit more driven. I just think sometimes we're just way too comfortable. Really are. I mean, if we had to worry about...
It's apathy.
Yeah.
We have become apathetic at the top of the food chain of the countries. And guess what? That probably means we're not going to be at the top for very long.
I hate to end it on that, but I think you're pretty close to the truth there. All right. Thanks for being on. Knew we could have some fun with you with that one. Thank you very much. Rebecca Walser coming to us from Tampa. Thanks for being on the show.